For more than 30 years, the Idaho Heritage Trust has provided grants and technical assistance to historic preservation projects in every county of the GEM state. Hello, I'm Shannon Sardell, licensed historical architect with the Idaho Heritage Trust. I'm speaking again to you about the majestic McConnell Mansion in Moscow, Idaho. In this video, we will take a closer look at an excellent example of a restoration project in keeping with the Secretary of the Interior's standards for the treatment of historic properties. If you are unfamiliar with the standards or need a refresher, I encourage you to watch our previous video, which you can find linked in the description below. Built in 1886 and listed individually to the National Register of Historic Places in 1974, this property maintains its interpretive value as a mixture of Victorian-era styles that include Eastlake, Italianate, and Gothic Revival. The Latah County Historical Society has recently embarked on preserving the large 2/1 lite double-hung wood windows in one of its two-story bay window towers. Preserving rather than replacing these windows will retain the character-defining features of the openings on both the exterior with its intricately layered trim elements and on the interior where the trim has a very specific finish called faux graining. Before we talk about the project itself, let's review the restoration standard. Restoration is the act or process of accurately depicting the form, features, and character of a property as it appeared at a particular period of time by means of the removal of features from other periods in its history and reconstruction of missing features from the restoration period. This standard allows for the depiction of a building at a particular time in its history by preserving materials, features, finishes, and spaces from its period of significance and removing those from other periods. Restoration can only be followed if there is a clear and definitive set of drawings, photographic evidence, or other historical indicators of what will be restored. Latah County Historical Society's project adheres to Restoration Standard Number 2, preserving the materials and features from the period in question. This is what we refer to as preserving character-defining features, elements of a historic resource that are illustrative of a period or style, features that, if missing, would not be able to tell the story of the building, landscape, object, structure, or site. Here at the McConnell Mansion, the wood windows are a great example of a character-defining feature. They have more depth and detail within the window opening that create distinctive and pronounced shadow lines, and a large area of glass with finer wood frame elements made possible by the strength and durability of old-growth wood with very tight growth rings. The glass openings are rounded at the outer edges, and the meeting rails are very thin, with dropped lamb's tongue details. Further, the remarkable height of each window opening, the detailing of the sill, and the window trim all present to the viewer a remarkable sense of craftsmanship and ornamentation, informing our understanding of the capabilities of wood elements that define popular styles of architecture across the United States between 1880 and 1900. Some of these features include the entablature above the windows with repetitive rectangular dentils framed with wood brackets that represent scrolls. Upside-down triangular details with an angled weathering surface above accentuate the wood window meeting rail, creating a visual datum line that breaks up the scale of the larger openings. Preservation of the original wood windows also protects character-defining features within the building, in keeping with Restoration Standard 5. The interior finish work is largely intact from the time the mansion was constructed, including a highly decorated upstairs bedroom in which the wood window frames, trim, and wood shutters were detailed with a matching hand-painted technique of wood graining called faux graining. This technique of painting created a stylized wood grain effect over the surface as a finish treatment and was popular for a short period of time in highly stylized buildings of the Victorian era. It is a unique, character-defining feature of the McConnell Mansion, down to the smallest detail. The restored wood windows also preserve as much of the original graining as is possible. However, where areas of the wood window frames are repaired with new material, the unique finish will be recreated with an artisan craftsperson to match the original and existing style and technique. These efforts follow Restoration Standard 6, where deteriorated features that cannot be restored will match the old in design, color, texture, and where possible, materials. This is generally called replacement in kind. In this set of windows, which will be repaired next, you can see why the restoration was necessary. New wood material will only be used where the wood window frame has deteriorated enough structurally to not support the glass or movement of the window within its opening. The repair of the window will include the preservation of as much original building fabric as possible. Every effort will be made to repair the original wood windows rather than replace it, even if that means using new wood material. The wood window frames will be repaired and deteriorated wood will be treated and patched by splicing new wood into the historic and original wood elements. Like the completed windows, areas where patches and splices have been needed, fading details caused by exposure to UV light or moisture damage to the original finished effects will have the faux graining restored. It's highly recommended that someone with specific experience with this technique and treatment be hired, and that a test patch be approved before the restoration process of faux grain finish is implemented. Thank you for your time and attention today. I hope you found this video useful and informative. Please visit idahoheritagetrust.org for more information on our grant and technical assistance programs, as well as history and stories about the sites we support. And if you have ideas about how we can help you become a better, more informed steward of our shared history, don't hesitate to contact us.